Okay, a lot of people don't know that there are numerous texts that are attributed to or accredited to King Solomon. So, one text that I want to share with y'all that they give tribute or credit to Solomon is Ecclesiastes, which is also called Kohelet. And let me go ahead to my screen real quick. So, why I want to share this with you is because I found this interesting in a book that I was reading. And I'm reading this book called The Sorcery of Solomon. So, in the book, it tells me that Kohelet is a feminine term. It's a term for a wise female. And Solomon took on that title to pay homage to wisdom, which wisdom is female. And a lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Well, for those who don't know that. So that's why it is important to balance your light and your dark aspects. And also, I also looked up what does the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible teaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it teach us? So it teaches us that life is unpredictable and fleeting, but that finding a relationship with God can give life meaning and joy. So I feel like a lot of things in the Bible is meant to teach us to have wisdom and to have a divine connection. It's not to be judgmental or biased. It's just for us to develop a more better relationship with God in whatever way that you see fit, because a lot of people don't understand that Solomon was not for eschatology. And so eschatology, if I'm saying it right, eschatology. No, I said eschatology. It's eschatology. So eschatology is the part of theology concerned with death, judgment, and the final destiny of the soul of humankind. So if you read this book, The Sorcery of Solomon, it lets you know that Solomon was apprehensive about, is organized religion valuable to humanity. And so when you think about that, you like, wow, because if King Solomon came from the lineage of King David, you know what I'm saying, then he's feeling this way about organized religion. That means that 9 times out of 10 that we are not supposed to have these different bodies of religion where it's supposed to be like, oh, you got to worship this, you got to do that, you know what I'm saying. That's why it's like, yo, religion, you know what I'm saying, or your pious nature is, to me, it's innate. It's whatever you drawn to help you, you know what I'm saying, on your journey, or on this journey that we call life, which is a journey of self-discovery. So I just wanted to bring that out. And also, um Kohelet, let's go back to Kohelet. So when they're saying Kohelet means, well, it's a Hebrew word that actually means preacher, teacher, and a collector of sayings. You know what I'm saying? So when we think about Ecclesiastes and any work, oh, I hit the mic, but any work that is, you know what I'm saying, attributed to Solomon, it all has something to do with wisdom. And with wisdom being the spirit of a woman, that means that you need to be in touch with your feminine side, your feminine energy, because that is where the wise nature come from. And if you learn something about women, we are naturally in tune and intuitive. So if you are a male, I feel like yes, you want to tap into your feminine energy, which is, i.e., your wisdom. And that's in all of us. You know what I'm saying? It just might be a little more prominent in the female gender because, we're naturally, emotionally and intuitively in tune. We in tune with our emotions and our intuition, like kind of naturally. So we kind of be having a head start, when it comes to spiritual awakening and your spiritual journey. But this is a lesson to all of us to always be tapping into, what I'm saying, our wisdom. And your wisdom is, hey, being wiser with making choices and decisions. You know what I'm saying? And also, you can spell Kohelet, Qoheleth, or you can spell it Kohelet. And also, they they say in this book that I'm reading that Solomon was in exile. That means he was in banishment because he's supposed to be narrating Ecclesiastes, and this was at a time that Solomon was, he wasn't enthusiastic about, what things was, what was going on at the time. So it's kind of giving me insight that, you know, um, religion, organized religion, that you might as well just override that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what naturally comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not saying organized religion is a bad thing. You gravitate whatever you want to gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? I use a plethora of different things, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, my spirituality. So I'm not knocking nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a part of organized religion, that is up to you. You know what I'm saying? The choices is yours. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nothing. I'm just saying that if Solomon, kind of had a problem, especially with a particular part. I'm not gonna say he had a problem with organized religion entirely, but this part of eschatology, he ain't really agree with that because he felt like, I guess us learning about death and judgment and the final destiny of the soul and stuff like that, I think that's just not helpful. Because then when you think about it, um, you want to have fear of God, but really the fear of God is really reverence. You know what I'm saying? Respect. So it's like you want to have reverence and respect, but as far as like fear, as if like you fearful like in a horror movie and stuff like that, that's kind of like crazy to make it seem like, oh, you should be, shaking in your boots and all that. No, you should be, loving God. Be happy if God appears to you. It's just about having reverence and respect. And I don't think a lot of people understand when they say, oh, have the fear of God. You know what I'm saying? Or having the fear of God is loving God. No, it's basically saying having the reverence and respect for God. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to have. So I think sometimes like in language, these terms that we use, they are supposed to, mean, different things. That's why it's like I'm beginning to believe what they say. You know what I'm saying? English is like speaking us human beings, how we communicate, it's the lowest form of communication. It really is, because it's so many things that get misinterpreted, or you know what I'm saying, or we'll use a term that actually supposed to be meaning something else. So it's like that's why you do got to be careful, and you do have to start studying etymology and where these terms come from and how are we supposed to really use these terms and what other things that they could be used for. But I just want to share that with y'all, and hopefully y'all get into Kohelet, or uh or how do you pronounce it? I think they both is Kohelet. You know what I'm saying? Kohelet or Kohelet.